All right, guys. Good morning to everybody. This is KEL. Can you hear me loud and clear? Let me know in the comment box, please. Let me know. I don't have my microphone with me, so I need to know whether am I loud and clear towards for you. Please let me know right now. Okay. Okay, loud and clear. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Okay, guys. Today is the 21st. Let me record. Today is the 21st of January 2026. And of course, this morning you can see the price of this gold is going berserk, all right, going really crazy this morning. And this is something that I've been warning everybody with regards of the US dollar, and it's apparently happening right now as we speak. All right, so we'll be talking about this very shortly. All right, so the thing is this before we continue, crazy global market talk with Kel, crazy anytime, anywhere. All right. Now, before that, the style disclaimer apply as usual. Today is going to be a very important day for all traders. You can see that actually now in my coverall because it's getting very, very cold here. I'm in China right now. It's very cold here. Okay, loud and clear. Don't hear anything. Turn on your volume. Yeah, it's available. Okay, all right. So we'll find some way, Lincoln. Okay, so let's just go to the news first, the fundamental here, very important. Okay, so first of all, right, the reason why the US dollar is plunging. Okay, let me show you US dollar right now. Excuse me a moment. I'm on 3G, my own 3G from Singapore to run this. Because China, you don't really get to do this so effectively. All right. So everybody, can you see the US dollar? Yes, indeed, the US dollar is basically coming off very strongly at the moment right now because there is a ongoing murmuring said that the Danish pension fund is going to sell $100 million of the treasury because of the US government finance. All right, basically, in short, we all know that it's about Greenland, and this is definitely it's more of like a financial revenge on this, and because of that, now this is a sell America. Everybody knows that America doesn't have the money. They know they need to print more money, so everybody's very worried about this. And because of that, right now, that's the reason why you can see the treasuries are coming down, and of course, the gold price is flying up. And if you look at the treasuries right now, let's take a look at treasuries here. Okay, look at the yield has just jumped up this morning. So when the yield goes up, the treasury price comes down. So that's why you must understand that yields means the interest, treasury means the bond price. If you cannot see this actually, you can go to bond price and you can see that the bond price right now is trading lower. It's a gap down. You can see that yesterday was trading about a 87.80. This morning 86.65, dropped 100 basis point. All right, so this is really pretty bad for the market because that means that lesser people are buying, or at least a lot of people are selling the treasuries. Hence, therefore, the money that US have technically will be lesser. All right, so it's a matter of when Donald Trump will break, or he insists that he wants Greenland, and because of that, he has to pay for the price. Now, Netflix basically came out with narrow earnings, although there's 325 million subscribers for Netflix, but it's still the earnings is not as good as it is. So that's why the market is coming off. And of course, right now, Donald Trump says that there will be a Greenland takeover strategy in the near term. But the thing is this, we all know now what's happening is that last night the US market dropped by 870 points for the Dow Jones, more than, okay, take a look here, more than this 2% for the S&P 500 and 2.39% for the Nasdaq. Now, I've been warning everybody with regards with this US market, and I give ample notice that be careful, and truly it has happened. And all I can say is this, Donald Trump is definitely going around threatening with his tariff on French wines, champagne, and of course, this Emmanuel Macron, the France president, is unwilling to join his so-called board of peace. Okay, so because of that, he's just basically walking around. So Donald Trump, whatever he's doing, is it right or wrong? I will leave for you to decide. But the thing is this, he's definitely making people very unhappy, and people are going dumb. All right, and that's why it's going to be very critical for us in trading. Now, Some of you have already added on my Twitter or my X to find me. Thank you very much. But then the thing is this, what's our, if, what is the effectiveness of joining this is to find out more. All right, so we can take a look right now. Let me find myself first. Okay. Okay, so now apparently it's all right. We all know that the European countries host nearly 40% of the treasuries, the foreign US treasuries. So Europe, Asia, America, look at the different countries who hold the billions of dollars of treasuries. So UK held $888 billion, France 376, and so forth, right? Japan is the largest now, 1.2 trillion dollars, and China, who was once a $1 trillion holder, is now reduced to 683 billion. So the more they sell, the lesser money they have for the way for the US treasuries. And if that continue, then you will force US to print more money. To print more money, that means that they need to pay you more, the dollar will come down faster, right? So if someone is throwing your US dollar and you need to print money to cover US dollar debt, so therefore the dollar depreciate very fast, okay? And is it part of the game plan of US? I think it is. I told you before, one of the things that US do is to basically bring the US dollar down, inflate everybody's up, inflation will go and hit the roof, and everybody will be, paying through their nose for some products. And of course, who benefit? The big boys. And that's how they play this game. And the thing is this, now we all know that Japan, who has become a strong ally of US recently, now Scott Bessent urged the Bank of Japan to take a necessary measure to stabilize their bond market. We all know that Japan bond market is a very, very important catalyst to the market. And I covered this before in my MAO video. If you missed it, watch it. Now, I mentioned to you guys that it is very critical for the Japan market to hold its bond market. Now, if the Japan bond market get into some trouble, then that will be the start or the catalyst of a stock market, coming down. And this is going to be crazy. And I need you to be very careful because you can see right now, the yield in the Japan bond have just spiked up in this manner. This is ridiculous. That means that the bond market is really coming off very badly. I think my heater is kicking in, getting a bit hot for me now. 1 minute, yeah. Okay. So with that, that means that there will be definitely a intervention very, very soon. Okay, there will be an intervention. So we need to be careful on this. Those who are doing the Nikkei and the yen market, please be careful. Such movement will definitely warrant intervention. Yeah. Okay. So the next thing is the yeah. Okay, so now whether or not whatever I shared in my annual video, whether this banner cycle will happen for 2026, well, it is all possible. Anything is possible. And we do know that we have Apple shares coming down for the 7th consecutive week. Now, for the big boys to come down without any rebound, basically tells you that if the big boy is selling, then the smaller boys will be coming in to sell in the near term. All right. So that is one reason concern why today I want to tell you today's video sharing is so important. Yeah. Okay, let's look at the chart right now, and then that's what's going to blow our mind away. Let's take a look. Hang on a minute. Okay, having a bit of transition issue at the moment. Hang on. Okay, here we go. Now, this morning, look at gold. Thank goodness, this is crazy, man. Excuse me, hold on. Okay, so if you look at gold this morning, it opened exactly right below the pivot 2. All right, that's why this morning I have sell position, but it's a small one because the KSI is green. And once it climbs above the OP and above pivot and over OP and pivot 2, I know that this gold is going to go up. And of course, when I was looking at this number here, 4839. Honestly, I was telling myself that could this be there? But the thing is from 4765 to 4839 is a clear $80 upside. I was like to myself, like this is ridiculous. The market is already pretty. I went out quite a fair bit to go by another $80 in my mind was really, it's like something inside me tells me it may go there, but the problem is that how to go there. It's like so far away, right? So now we are just we're not too far away, in fact. So there is a possibility for gold to touch 4839 today if the market really start to come in hard in the afternoon. So there is a possibility for gold to see 4839. So I explained to you why I say that. Let me explain to you with numbers and make sure that you remember these numbers. Now there's a double diamond here with 4 diamonds. That's why you can see the very strong buy over yesterday. So now the thing is this, let's bring it down back to the day 5-minute chart first. Now this is where you need to hear very important. Let's take a look. Yeah, very, very important. Yeah. Okay. So the thing is this. Okay, everyone take a look. Okay, you can see that the gold today, once it opens, okay, it hang around for a while. Then when the Japan market opens, straight away it flew up. And the rationale is because of the pivot, right? Okay, so now remember, guys, I did tell you before about pivot. Something very, very important, remember, is about pivot KTR plus 3, okay? So by default, when the market is hanging above KTR plus 3. That means that the government funds are involved. And this morning, you can see it's now trading again. So once it's above KTR plus 3, you are advised not to sell the market. I repeat, when it's above KTR plus 3, you're not advisable to sell the market, okay? You're advised not to do that because the market may continue to go higher. Now, I know that a lot of people have been texting me this morning saying, can they sell gold? And I'm informing you not to do that unless it goes below KTR plus 3. I repeat myself for the third time. Unless gold goes below KTR plus 3, then you want to sell. For those who want to take adventurous step, yeah, by right, you should be buying, you should be selling anything. Yeah, because based on the rule of thumb, we all understand that if gold stays above KTR plus 3, usually it will go much higher by the end of the day. And based on what we're seeing right now, with all the ongoing murmuring about the Danish selling the bond market, and of course the yield is actually pushing up, all this speaks volume that there could be a possibility of the gold price going higher. Now, of course, I repeat myself for the 5th time, unless the market goes below KTR plus 3. Now, unless the gold goes below KTR plus 3, if not, today is not advisable to be shorting gold. Are we clear on this? If all clear, press number 1 for me right now so that we all know that you heard me loud and clear on this. Now, of course, gold, if you ask me as a trader, gold is definitely in a very crazily overbought position. There will be a dump eventually, but I don't think it's today. I think it's tomorrow. So I think that gold tomorrow will be selling. Tomorrow, yeah, I think gold tomorrow will be selling, not today. Of course, again, I can be wrong. It may touch a pivot 1 and then pull back. All these things has happened. So my job is to tell you that the pivot 1 can be traded likely today, yeah. So of course, we let the market decide, yeah. Okay. All right. So all clear on this? Okay. Very, very important. Okay. So 4839. Yeah, that's the number that we're looking at. Okay. As we are speaking right now, gold is trading a bit higher now as we're speaking right now. Basically, my messages is coming non-stop. You can see me. I'm just basically talking, narrating to you, watching the market and answering the people at the same time. This is crazy. But again, what to do? This is the time whereby you need to really at your best to be watching the market at the same time while controlling the market for yourself. Yeah. Okay. So that is the goal. Let's look at the Dow Jones then. Okay, let's go to Dow Jones day chart. Okay, gold is going higher now as we are speaking right now. Gold is trading higher as we are speaking right now. Okay, it's at 4831. My goodness, it's like flying up literally. We were just talking about 48, 38. Yeah, it's moving up to 4831 already. Oh gosh. Okay, so let's look at the Dow Jones this morning. Excuse me. Now, of course, you ask this question, if the Dow is going to go down because of what's happening, well, definitely Dow will have its fair share of selling in the near term because of what's happening right now. Definitely, it will get hit. Okay, so we saw the Dow Jones coming down by 800 points last night, right? Okay, the question you're asking me now is that why the KSI is green? Well, I told you many, many times how KSI and the market doesn't have any relationship. It's a standalone. It works on its own. So please do not bother about the KSI. But one thing is that if you are selling Dow Jones the last 2 days, you will sell small because of the KSI green. So today, if you're buying gold, buying a Dow this morning, you shouldn't buy big because the candle is actually red in color, and also the KSI is green in color. So by default, you cannot buy too big on this, okay? You can really buy small. Right, so it can in case itself, what if the market pulls back then? Well, the market pulls back, same thing. You can only sell small because the KSI is green. So get it? All right. Now, if you ask me, definitely a lowering dollar is not good for the US Dow Jones, not good at all. So there is this KCB that the Dow missed by a little bit, and this KCB level is at 48383. Okay, 48383. I suspect that the Dow Jones later on will pull back to that point. The Dow Jones will pull back down to that point later on. So where are we right now? 48577. I'm looking at 48383. Okay. Now, as we are speaking right now, oh my goodness, gold is still dumping all the way to the sky now. 4834 now. Oh gosh, 4835 now. Oh my goodness. Okay, so remember, I just told you this out earlier to look out to buy gold at 4823 somewhere around there. And now we're up by, oh my God, 4838 is done. Oh gosh, this is crazy. Okay, this is absolutely crazy, guys. For those in position, do take some profit off the table. I repeat, do take some profit off the table. Oh my God, 3841. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, wow. Okay, let me do a video on this right now. Might as well live, right? Okay, so we are having a Zoom session right now, and you can see that the gold has just penetrated all the way above the 4839 target. We were calling for buy somewhere around here, and now within 10 minutes, it's being done right now. Congratulations to those people. Please take some profit off the table. It's a good idea, but remember, gold is now above KTR plus 3, so there's a lot of buying momentum in the moment, so be very careful, yeah? Okay, so guys, take some money off the table. I repeat, take some money off the table. It is good to take some money. Just moving on, get on, take the money off the table. All right. Okay. Yeah, I've given you enough warning for today. Oh gosh, my phone is going crazy at the moment right now. Okay, so do take money off the table as I just mentioned to you. Okay. If not, try to set a trailing stop for yourself. Okay, I'll explain to you why it's so important. Okay. All right. Okay, so you're done. We are done. The market has now created a pivoted resistance here. A resistance now resisted at the K pivot 1. I just told you take some profit off the table. I hope you listen to me. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's go back to the Dow Jones. I'm so sorry to jump around this morning, but gold is one of the hottest topic right now, and everybody's going gaga over it. Okay, so earlier we talked about gold. Why is it that is a little bit too dangerous to hold gold at this moment right now? We talk about very really serious stuff. We talk about really that people use the oscillator like RSI. Okay, so I'm gonna put in for the fun of this. Now you can see that it's really at a very crazy at the overbought area, and for the H4 chart, is also at a very high area. All right, so it's not gold. I wanna bring gold in. Okay, this is gold, right? So you can see that we do have a very high level here. So if you look at the momentum based on historical pattern, we can see it going up a little bit more, but usually the market will pull back eventually. So now we have a resistance at the pivot one at 4839. So for this level, take some profit first. Don't chase the buy now. You have missed the buy already. Just take some profit and let it run down. And only if the market goes below KTR plus 3, then you may want to consider to sell. If not, don't do anything. Yeah. Okay. So let's look at the NASDAQ right now. Okay, the NASDAQ. Now the NASDAQ is the same. It is down for the last few days, but KSI is red, so it's a bit different. Now this morning, why I need you to come in again, because you can see the price is going up, but at the same time, the KSI is turning red and a higher rate. So it's not a reduction as we can see. In fact, the market is pulling up the more selling. Now, one thing to note is that if the dollar continue to fall, it's actually very bad for the Nasdaq counters, right? It's going to be bad for Nasdaq counters. So it's not good for them. I suppose there are a lot of dollars are all inside in overseas market, and they are definitely depreciating in value. So I suspect their fund managers will come in to advise them to take some profit off the table too. So again, based on that understanding, I believe that tonight, if there's going to be any selling of the Nasdaq will pull back down all the way to here, which is about near the KCB, okay, near the KCB, and the pivot 2 at 24,779. All right, guys, so this is something to watch out for the NASDAQ. Okay, and for those who love Bitcoin, now this morning we already know Bitcoin has fallen down. Okay, Bitcoin has fallen down. You can see that it really came down very, very near to my KCB at 87,787. The low itself is 87,889. All right, missed my target by just 100 points. Now, is this going to rebound? No, I don't think so. I think that there will be the KCB next day to come down to touch this. Although the retail is calling for a buy, I think the retail has sold enough, and usually when that is enough, the big boys will come in. But I'm gonna wait for this. I want the KCB to be triggered first, then I may be buying from the bottom, or wait for the next KCB, then buy the bottom. Yeah. So at the moment now, we do not need to do anything at this moment right now. If you have missed the sell this morning, give it a miss. Now this morning, you can see that the Nikkei rebounded. Yesterday it was down quite a fair bit. This morning above OP, above MA30, right? It's a buy, but now it's resisted at the pivot one. All right, I believe the intervention came in and now it's at pivot one, kind of resisted right now. Hence, therefore, there is a possibility that the market will pull back again. Now, if the market do pull back this time, the Nikkei can drop all the way to 51,500 area. So that's about 1,200 points from where we are right now. All right. Now gold has just again climbed back above 48.41. So there is a lot of buying power at the moment. Please do not chase right now. You can only take profit. Do not sell into the market. Yeah, you have heard me many times on this. Please do not do anything silly at the moment. It's unwise, it's dangerous, and you will hurt yourself. Yeah. Okay, so we are clear on this. Very, very important. Okay. All right. And the last one we talk about, it will be the talk about is Hong Kong market. Now Hong Kong market this morning gapped down and now it's recovering because it has a KSI buying, so it has to stay above 26,483, and then you may go to test 26,599. But if the market fell and pull back, then this is going to send a wrong wave to the market, and the selling will kick in all the way down to 26,174. So upside is 26,599. The downside is 174. Okay, so take a picture for this to show my people about that. Yep. Okay. Right, guys, that will be all for this morning's session. So you heard me on gold. Please remember what I just said. Use the KTL plus 3 as a guidance for today. Thank you very much for listening. This is Cal signing off. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.